It's going to be you and me. It is I. It is Warrior Junior here. Jeez. Is it possible? Is it possible to actually, you know, remember Mr. Rogers, how calm that guy was? Can you imagine, like, if that guy got really pissed, you know? There was a thing, I think it was some guy goes, "We'll do it live. We'll do it live." You know, can you imagine if Mr. Rogers became that crazy? Like if something wasn't going right. I remember there was a movie. I forget who played, but they did a. It was a biopsy. Fucking uh, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks reprised the role, like Mr. Rogers, and it was really weird because they made him look like he was a freak, like the way the music was going, but you know it wasn't like a tribute movie. It was like, so kids, today is a special day. Like they made him out to be fucking like Norman Bates or something weird. Persona, like he was a pedophile or some weird. I remember seeing the preview. I go, "What the fuck is this? Is they making fun of this guy, like Fred Rogers?" Like, and I thought about it and I said, you know what? That preview is a fucking attention getter. That's what they're trying to fucking do. They're trying to make try. It doesn't matter if the movie is really. And then I heard like the movie was actually more of like a tribute to him. It wasn't like, but the preview, the way they made it look like they try to fuck with you. Now, I remember the preview for the Last Jedi. I saw that, and it's the same thing where Luke goes, it's not gonna go the way that you think. And he was right when he said that because the preview they made the movie look like intense, like Strikes Back was, with that intense music. Watch the preview, on YouTube if you don't remember and you don't believe me. And then you go see the movie, the beginning. Remember the phone thing between Poe Dameron trying to talk to, was it the general or something? I can't hear you. That's all connected. It was, and then when Luke took the lightsaber and threw it over his shoulder, it was. There are some intense moments in that movie, but overall, it was garbage. A very poor thing by Disney. Um, The Empire Strikes Back is a fantastic sequel to Star Wars. If not better, the first one. I mean, for me to give that, I mean, let me tell you something, dude. Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, those movies flow and gel together. I have friends like, well, the Ewoks killed the movie. Look, nothing is perfect. I'm not saying that it's but still, the flow of the first movie into the second, and then we find out, the question at the end. Yoda hints, at Darth Vader, the whole thing about this, and then he battles him at Bespin, in the arena in that freezing chamber, and find out like the question is he who he is, and that's such an amazing. Not just that, the chemistry, the sexual tension between Solo and Leia, like you see that, and then they had to do that. I've already said this 10 million and one times because you got two guys and one woman, so you had to create a nonsensical thing that Luke and Leia are brothers and sisters. Only way that you can give a validated reason at why um, Leia chose Han over Luke, because and the whole thing, look, they had to, you have to. I can go on for hours, really hours. I can talk about the movies and why Rey was supposed to be Luke's daughter, and they changed it because of the fucking Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, the sexual tension between her and Rey. That was the synopsis, the story of the why. So they needed a reason, and the only reason was to make their Palpatine's granddaughter's only fucking logical thing. You know, it wasn't supposed to be that, but they had to come up with something at the end, so that was it. Um, I think that maybe they knew, but you know, they juggled with ideas and they had to do something. Yeah, I don't want to talk anymore about that. It's Warrior Junior. I'm here. While you know, I have not been the happiest lately. Um, as I mentioned, I come from a gambling background. Um, my grandparents that raised me, they would love to go to the racetrack, specifically like quarter horses and harness racing at like Los Alamitos, you know. Um, Vegas only not so much, but they did go, and they took me a couple times when I was a kid. Um, you know, my grandparents basically raised me. My dad's parents, you know, because my dad died very young, you know, and I usually don't throw out that word young. Says, well, how old was he? Was he in his 50s? You know, try 30, 38, you know, 35. I think my dad was born in 47. He died in like 82 or 83 or something, 84, 40. So 30, you know, 36, 38, where he did not make 40. Um, my dad, I don't know, he was in, looked like fairly good health. He wasn't fat or anything, but he had like a heart problem. He did smoke quite a bit. When he stopped, it was basically too late, but he's very ambitious, you know, like um, remember he started, you know, he was in the military, so at like 20, whatever, and he's young, learned like antenna repair. So when he got out, basically started working for, back in the late 70s, there were companies like Select TV, On TV, they're moving with you know, the Z channel, Showtime is all starting back then, was just getting their feet wet. So my dad would go out and install these boxes, you know, make sure people got cable. Even had these black boxes, which were illegal but to own, but you could get like pay-per-view events and stuff. Um, anyway, this is you know what? I've never tried this before. This is an unsweetened black cherry. We're gonna try this. See how this is. You know, so first time for everything. No sugar, probably no taste, but that's okay. You know, let's see what happens. Zero sugars, 0 calories. It's about no taste, as I predicted. Carbonated, but right. Willy Wonka's fizzy lifting, you know, drink. I had ideas. I have you know, all these fucking ideas. You know, you can write everything down, and I've got ideas for. That would be a great invention. That'd be a great idea. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, try reaching out to invent help and all these fucking things, man. You gotta have a working prototype, and you know, and then market something to the test market your whatever you think you got. And it might be, you might think you have a great idea. That doesn't fucking mean anything. It doesn't mean anything if you don't have get clientele for things. I don't know why, but you know, it's like, you know, I like Latina women, right? Your people, she goes to me, it's a Latina woman. She goes, you don't understand us. You know, like that was amazing. I'll never forget. It's like I don't know if she was lesbian or just Latino, whatever. But I remember the way, and I thought about that when I was coming back from the casino. I had to take the bus all the way back from, you know, Gardens, and you know I'm on there, and it's like I'm the only Caucasian on there. I could tell, you know, and these Hispanics, you know, they allow them, to, you know, they go to work. They it felt like a sheep herd, you know, people moving When I got on the red line, it's a different story. Not Latinos, but I remember just like I'm taking this bus that goes down Huntington Park, Bell Gardens, Bell, whatever, Walnut Park. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's. I say to myself, I think to myself, like in Los Angeles, man, they're working, they're probably not making any money for anything substantial. They own property, they own houses, or are they just renting, barely survive? And so if that's the case, I question their logic. Like, why are you here? Because your parents told you that's the way to do things. Like, don't you have your own brain to think about? Wait a second. Why would I pay expensive rent to live in Los Angeles if I could own my own nice condo in Las Vegas for 100,000? Probably now a little bit more, but that my point is that, or a house elsewhere like New Mexico or something. Well, there's nothing there. Well, there is something there. I mean, I went to Eastern New Mexico University online, but I remember looking at videos of Port small town and stuff. But there's houses there. There's a bank there. There's infrastructure. There's plumbing. There's running water. There's a movie theater, probably a school. There's people that live there. So the problem herein lies that these people, what they want to do is they want to be around these wealthy. And again, I'm generalizing. I know I'm general. I'm not saying all or whatever, but like these people that mow the lawn for a celebrity or whatever, like they ain't making really anything. They're never going to be able to afford their own home like that, mowing lawns and stuff. You can't. At a time, there was a time that you could do shit like that, and the money would accumulate. And because it had value. It's not like today. You can't like Sazamet. In Yiddish, that means like Sazamet means stock away. Like add it up. Put it away to add it up. You can't put away. What are you gonna? Let's say you're making. I'm gonna go on a high. Let's say you're making $17 an hour. $17 an hour, and you're working. 10 hours a day. 12. Let's just say $200 a day. $200 a day. Most people don't work on the weekends, but like $200 a day times $1,000 a week, right? I could even go even 1,500. I can go even more than that. Fucking matter, $1,000 a week. You gotta eat. You're gonna have to more than likely get 99-cent store. They got expenses. The shoes cost money. Everything costs money. A shirt, a haircut, whatever, uh, whatever. So $1,000 a week. So you know, even if they're making, let's go in, a year is a long time. I mean, you have to understand, a year is nothing. In your lifetime, it adds up. So I'm saying $52,000 a year, 50 grand a year, whatever. If you're making $1,000 a week, you're you work a whole year. Now again, all that, we're not taking food, gas, if you have a car, anything, bills or whatever. What's left after that? So let's look at the average median price of a home in Los Angeles, and I'm not talking about South Central or fucking. It's something nice, more than a million. You can't. It's impossible. You're not. You'll never get there. You'll never be able to sock away, minus everything, 50,000. It would take you 20 years to amass a million. And again, I didn't include any. Oh, you have to pay rent. I guess you got to live. What are you living in, a tent? You live in a tent or something. So my point is, you'll never get there. It's it's an impossibility, the way that it's structured, for you to have making what not what I call, what somebody called golden rat turds, they called it. You'll never, that his dad was smart in the 90s, bought a condo for 100,000 in the valley that's worth 600 now or whatever like that. They bought at the right. It wasn't that because the time was right. It's because they had the philosophy, they had the wherewithal and the the cycle, we say in Yiddish, the brains to know that paying rent is not going to get you anything. Never going to have anything doing that. So why would I pay rent if I can own? Is a great point. But again, in the '90s, you would still have making decent money to qualify for a mortgage to put enough money down. You're not buying it for cash outright, which most people do. They take out a mortgage, a 15-year, a 30-year, whatever. So you're actually paying more for it. But the whole thing is, anything is better than I mean, but sitting there and just making somebody else rich. It's just $100 a day. That 3,000 goes in the pocket of somebody that owns a property. More than likely, they own more. They own a lot of different properties. So you're just like contributing in a small way. Um, it's just so. Why am I going off on this tangent talking about this? As I mentioned, so my grandparents. I think if I talked about this before, I'm sorry, but I need to reinforce and rehash the story because it's important. I kind of talked about my dad a little bit, but my grandparents owned a snack bar, in downtown LA, and my grandfather's brother also owned. I don't know if he owned buildings, but he owned multiple snack bars. But he didn't gamble, so he lived in a nice condo in the valley. I remember I'd go there. They'd invite us over there for Pesach, which is Passover in Jewish and Yiddish. He never once like offered me a job, try to teach me anything about business, like because he had his own kids. He had Henry. I remember it's Henry and a Cindy after he went to Fairfax, I don't know where he got his bachelor's from, right to law school. He knew like in high school he wanted to be a lawyer. And what's her name, Cindy? I guess she worked in healthcare or something, but she just she married this eye surgeon, like that and she didn't have to do nothing. It's like that's pretty much par for the course. Woman that's got a little currency, or anything, and that's what it is. Any girl that's kind of cute, whatever. That's all it is. They got a little currency, and the guy was an eye surgeon. Fucker, he never offered to. I got laser eye surgery through laser eye center, or whatever. But he never offered once for me. These fucking people, like, I mean, I hate to use the greedy Jew bastard thing on people, but sometimes it is warranted. Like it really agitates me. You know, then so my uncle Carl, he died, and his wife was always this kind of sassy-ish. My aunt Miriam me over Passover, but they never offered me any, as far as like a life building, any mentoring or anything. And I'm not saying people, your family is supposed to. Yeah, you know what? Family is supposed to say, what? We could get this guy a chance, so he could build a life, so he could have something. These fucking assholes, they fucking and so they got more money than they know what to do with. They take, my aunt Miriam, the kids, whatever, put her up somewhere else, with them. I think and they sell the condo to these Japs, these fucking, whatever, 800,000. No, why not? No, you can't give it to me. It can't help anybody, and like, I'm sorry, I know it sounds like I'm being a gold digger. You give to me, but you know what? Again, family, you're supposed to help out people that don't have you percolate the weak, you give them hope, a chance. My dad didn't like her anyway, so you know what, you know fuck her, like she never, it sounds like I'm asking for a handout, but in a way, sometimes it takes a little to get the snowball rolling. As far as like nepotism, jobs, connections. Getting in the union, is that asking for too much if you're willing to do the work? Like that's what pisses me off. I got another cousin that my grandmother's brother's daughter, she married, and he couldn't get me in the union, like to work. Me and my uncle, we were trying to get in. This is in the 90s. Couldn't fucking get in, like once you're in union, you're good, I remember stagehands. Fucking people don't do shit, it's tear downs, not even set up stagehands. You just shit from here to there. You're making fucking. We're talking in the late 90s. We're talking like 30 something dollars an hour, literally a grip, I did that for like 2 days. 2 days, I think I made like $700 back in the fucking 90s, in the early mid 90s, 94, 95. I mean, I couldn't get in the union. Those guys fucking own your own house. That's what my cousin, like, that married my cousin Robin, that married this guy, foreman guy. They lived in the valley, got a nice little house by Monroe High School. I remember just like that snowball it takes, and that's what this whole the difficulties of creating an opportunity. Everybody talks about like how easy things are. Oh, making money is so easy. Dead. He killed himself. That Don LaPree. I remember. I used to watch these commercials. I'm an all-nighter, so I watched all these things. Put one tiny ad in a newspaper. I listened to all these guys at Ron LeGrand, the fucking the other huckster, the fucking the guy with the big fake teeth. The Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins, they try to unlimited power, it's nonsense. These are charlatans, fucking rah-rah cheerleaders that started this nonsense. They had this years and years ago, motivational speakers. Now everybody and their mother wants to be fucking do. These people all got fucking money. They tell you everything that you want to hear, but they offer you absolutely nothing. They offer you absolutely fucking nothing as far as like finding, your purpose. They cherry pick like one example of somebody and the woman's crying. And of course, it's always a woman or a gay guy, but mostly women. And they say, "Oh, my husband died." And they all talk about what they don't have. They got plenty. They got plenty. There's plenty of women that live in my affluent area. They live behind these high bushes. They got fucking money. They got their dog, whatever. They don't need a guy. They got the money coming in. If they got the kid's already grown up out of the house. If not, they got plenty. We call that in Yiddish, we call it ungestoppt. You know what ungestoppt is? The overstuffed, overstuffed. They got fucking plenty, and they cry. They're lonely. Yeah, and I'm going to get to that story in a second about what this woman at the gym told me today. But the thing of it is Los Angeles. You know what? I can just tell you what Los Angeles. I've been here my whole life, but I'm going to tell you what Los Angeles is. You got these you got yeah. I don't want to go to the outliers really because there's not that many per se as far as like the masses of people. But the generalization is you've got like these hustling Hispanics that are working for golden rat turds. And that's what I call $100 bills, golden rat turds, like a couple, like I lost yesterday at the bicycle club. I lost $500. I worked up to 1,000. I was not happy. I was pissed. But like betting 200 here, 170. It's these gambling, um, trying to make real money and when I don't give a fuck what system you have. If the cards don't run your way, you're gonna lose. And it's extremely agitating to me when you feel like you got the dealers against you, the casinos against you. You're not cards are against you. I mean, everything's going against you. And here you're trying to create a system. You're trying to be patient. You're trying to capitalize when when your hands are due, and nothing's fucking going. And you wind up losing Mexicans all going, to work for peanuts that just to stay alive, because they got kids and they, I mean, I don't know them, I don't relate, I don't care. They don't want me, and not just Latino women, anything that's halfway decent. I get these, I go to Vegas, I get these black ghetto-ish type of street women looking at me, that are working girls, and it becomes very agitating walking around seeing that. I told my friend that, like, I don't get it. I don't know why they're there. They think they're gonna front me. They think I'm gonna pay for that. They're out of their fucking minds. I'm insulted actually, by what is looking at me and what is not looking at me. And what happened today at the gym just reinforce everything that I know and what I think. And so I'm going to the gym and getting ready to go in. There's a woman that's we're gonna be basically coming up the escalator, the entrance of my gym. It's on the second floor, and this woman is on the far side. She's going toward the entrance too. It looks like it's going to be a close meet at the same time. She kind of like, she was my type. The way, I don't know, trying to figure out, she's Latina, I think. Um, Fairly good boobs, like really nice. A bit on the heavier side woman, but the ass kind of, I was like, wow, like kind of my height, with glasses, cute. I definitely thought she was something. Her work wasn't in workout clothes really. So she, I tried to hit on her before she went in. I said, wow, and so she goes in the gym, and I go like, wow, I wish I could talk to you, but you're moving at such a high rate of speed demonstrates you are not interested. And she stopped, and we got into a 15-minute discussion. I think she's the manager, actually. I hadn't seen her there. Um, we got into a real deep discussion about why I'm not able to meet anybody, but I used my powers, my clairvoyant to me, and they met, the guy lives in a building, whatever. So and it's all bullshit. But she goes, there's somebody out there for everybody. And I said, that's cliche. That's not true at all. My friends, 60 years old, they they don't care. Um, I am basically just, you're not going to school me. You're not going to educate me. She tried to like, she threw out some of these vague terms, which I basically just shot down. I told her, I said, there's not one place, you can go anywhere you want. We can meet up afterwards. I could show you. Women are not there by themselves. They're with their girlfriends, the friends will mother hen them, takes me out of the equation, or they're with other guys that, if I try to move in, they're gonna want to beat me up. They're gonna get me out of there, turn around and walk away. All these fucking things that the people that are younger I am not of their generation. They are not of mine. So my point, I made illustrated all these points to her, and she was just trying to say, but no, she did agree about the superficialness of Los Angeles, but that's all irrelevant. Um, I don't understand why they care what everybody else thinks, but people are so shallow that they don't understand really what life is about until it's too late. I'm almost 50 years old, and I understand what life is about. The problem is that I spent most of my life chasing dumb pipe dreams that basically equated to nothing. I mean, if I would have made it to Major League Baseball, I wouldn't be having this discussion. But the odds of making it are extremely difficult. I wanted it more than anybody else. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter how bad you want something. It doesn't matter really what you want. It matters if you can provide service, if you are needed. If you create your own business, if there's a want or demand for it. And the problem herein lies is that I thought that, that I was smart, like I could create things, I could come up with my own ideas, that I could make a good living at, and or systems or whatever, and nothing has worked. And my time's starting to add up. 50 years old by the end of next year, and it's bothersome. It's very agitating that I am not able to formulate I'm not able to become a successful man because I told that woman, I said, you know, all these things is what you have to offer a guy. You know, he goes, well, but you're good looking. Thank you, but I don't believe I am based on women not looking at me. So how am I good looking if they are not looking? You know, we got to provide. You know, with guys I don't even like because they have a house, they give them something to offer. You know, they might not be it, still. They women. It's like women. They don't let go of something until something better. You know, I understand straight up mentality, but you know, for the most part, you have to be willing to let go of something to allow something else to come. If I see a woman and with this gay guy or the other guy, how am I supposed to approach? How she's with somebody? Like they don't understand that. They don't understand. They need to be alone. They need to be free and open to allow other things to come in. But no, it's like there's this woman out there with her fucking dog, with talking to these gay guys. They're all standing out there 2 in the fucking morning. Get up. How am I gonna fucking talk to her with these gay guys are protecting her? You know, like every guy walking around is a fucking something like that. You know, that's the feeling that I get. Like they're trying to make it look like you know you don't have anybody, so there's something wrong with you, kind of mentality. You know, or they own property, they all have money already, their needs are fucking met. You know, like they're comparing as well. I own only an $800,000 condo, and guy down the block, look at his house, it's worth 6 million. I'm poor compared to him. You're comparing yourself to other fucking people. Fucking problem. I live in government housing, so you know I'm rich compared to somebody living in a tent. You know, like that. That's it's the same thing. But I don't compare myself. It's stupid. It's a stupid comparison. My mom, you know, who's not the brightest bulb, you know, in the fucking, you know, in the electric company, she goes, well, you know, you're lucky. You live in a good area. You're lucky. She don't fucking know. She's not smart. She doesn't understand that that's nothing. That's not luck. It's nothing. Gamble all you fucking want, but you gotta fucking own that property. It's like, you know, it's you gotta fucking have that as a base. Now, for me, like I talk about Gamblers Anonymous, but I talk about Las Vegas, and I say if I own fucking condo, that is a non-negotiable asset. I don't fucking gamble where I live. You know that is non-negotiable. Anything else, money wise, you know, I don't give a fuck what it is. Is I guess and some survival money. You want to gamble everything else, but if you own property, you don't fuck with that. That's like you know that's the base. That's a foundation. That's like you know brushing your teeth every day. Like you know, take a shower. You know, like you don't gamble away your fucking house. You know that's nonsense. So I look at it like this. The bottom line is if I had some fucking real money, I'd live in Vegas, you know, like I'd be playing cards. I would be. But again, my property is a non-negotiable asset. That is not up. That is something I cannot lose. I don't want to gamble to try to win it. You know, I just want to have a nice little place to live in a good area. And then if I want to go play cards all night for like little money, you know, whatever, or you know I should be able to do that, you know, like that's I guess you know I just don't know what to do, you know. I don't know why they even call it that. The plain seltzer water, 2 cents plain, you know. But the thing is, you know, I saw this chick that you know I give her like $100, and you know she used to be a porn star, you know, she gained a lot of weight. Well, not for her. um she looks still pretty good, but what I don't like is I like women that really let you do whatever you want. You know, they're cool with that. And this one's kind of tight. You know, I don't like it. Takes away from the experience. You know, kind of ruins the experience. Um, you know, but for $100, at least it's something. You know, it's the problems like these women. That's all they got is their visual thing. So they try to below you or getting to stick your dick in their pussy. Like it's like a huge honor, for you, like that they give you. I mean, it's absolutely asinine, ridiculous. I'm not saying women should be walking around, with their pussies hanging out on the streets, but the difficulty is so ridiculous. It's on the opposite end of the extreme. Like what I said was here, right? Like saying a women, like, just walk down the street with their pussies hanging out. Well, the other opposite end of the extreme is like the difficulties of getting laid, of meeting women in Los Angeles. It's like it's there. So, you know, that sounds retarded, but that is also retarded. So, this is like the norm in the middle here. And the middle ground is like, you should be able to, you go out dancing, you go out to places, like people, they should be more social, like interested, and they're not. They're toward this side. Now the ghetto street trash in Vegas leans toward that side. Not far from, a little further out, close. It's so close to that dark pun there. Just, it really began to agitate me. It began to agitate me that Vegas, that there's no, there's just many things that bothered me there. I don't know. It's just a lot of things. Lack of opportunity. Meeting tourist women. Like these women, these guys, couples, only couples together, or women with their. It's like just a modified version of Los Angeles there, with the Aria Cosmopolitan, Cosmopegian, the fucking, the Rodeo Drive-ish crap that's there, that it's doesn't have. It's not. There's no place. Dancing only on the weekends. I went everywhere. I don't. I cannot believe idiots. They're all tattoos. Women. Is like, they act like they're loose, but they're not. These people, these guys, and then they're free. Like then they're only the ghetto street trash or the single women. It's a myriad of factors that just agitated the fuck out of me. Like going everywhere, like, and just not being able to find, or where the fuck is going on in this world? Like that woman in the fuck gym, that manager, or whatever, she you ever go to a different state? And yes, but I'm not gonna get on a bus and go to Wyoming to hope to meet a woman that's absolutely retarded. The last thing that before, she had to go back to work, I guess I needed to go fucking do my boxing, my fighting. She goes, "What's your name?" And the last thing is, "It doesn't matter," as I walked away. That was the last fucking thing. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. Girlfriends, they're lonely. I care. They're probably not my type. I'm tired of trying so hard. She recommended getting a matchmaker. I mean, it's the dumbest fucking thing. I don't understand why you can't meet somebody naturally and organically. Why is this you have to get a matchmaker? You have to meet somebody on a fucking phone, a picture. What the fuck is going on with this world? You know what? Like in the future, they're gonna have, here I'm gonna be ridiculous now. In the future, what they're gonna have, they have the sperm banks, right? Well, maybe they'll have a thing where a woman basically goes to like a robot, right? And she gives her egg in there. And this is all part of technology, about becoming cyborg machine robots in a virtual world. This whole thing is modified, entertainment culture. I don't understand it. I'm sorry. It's all warped, backwards, fucking nonsense. And I don't care about it. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't. I'm not going to contribute to it. I cannot believe I watched this stupid in my gym. I heard about this show, that auditions, this dancing with myself. And I remember I tried to get on this show because I thought, well, that's all I do. I go out, look at me, or even entertain the idea of somebody my age that's been doing this for nearly 30 years. They don't care. It's all they want, younger people. And I watched, this of course this black kid that he's doing his popping, locking, a little gliding. He's nothing. He's not Boogaloo Shrimp, not even fucking close to anything. Want me is they have no fucking idea of what they're doing anyway. And just like most people, they have no fucking idea of what they're doing anyway. Like I cannot believe I go all the way out to Claremont. I take a fucking train, 40 miles, out to try to find something different, trying to have a good time. And it's just amazing that it's not there. Wherever you go, it's like anything. It's just not there. Um, I don't know. It's part of this COVID thing that ruined everything. But even before COVID, I can tell you that it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. People, they're not. It's a new generation of kids that grew up. Their parents are from the 90s. They're from the 90s generation, depicts men as metrosexuals, not real men, hanging around women and showing no sexual interest in them until season 15 or whatever, at the end, season 10. Absolutely fucking ridiculous, retarded. It's just that. It's just this whole entertainment society that all this shit is. It's warped. It's warped. Either people are like these Walking Dead zombies. People like this show of nothingness, of stupid. I have a friend. He likes that show. People, they grew up with this. The Walking Dead, the Walking Toy, we call it. I just don't get it. I really don't. I don't know what to say. Like, I really don't understand. I don't get it. I remember one dancer, Bandit, who was in the original Breaking movie, he told me everything is turned upside down now. It's not, I didn't really understand what he's saying, but then I thought now I can see the truth of what he was implying. Um, he knows, he knows, um, these clubs they're garbage. They don't play good tight music. They're not conducive, which means that if they're these garbage clubs and it doesn't create a good element for you to meet somebody. And it also doesn't, if you're a dancer, it doesn't create a good environment for you to get down. But there's like a dancer's high that we get. We go out there, we bust. If they play good music and there's a good floor and good people watching you and good lighting, all these factors created for a good environment. Now that place in Claremont is okay, but the DJ fucking sucks. You're one of these fucking mod DJs that play Aha, Depeche Mode, garbage. It's not for fucking poppers, lockers, boogaloos, fucking breakers. They don't fucking know. He doesn't fucking know. He plays like one song. I think he played Egyptian Lover. Like fucking one fucking song. You want to see something tight? Look up Mr. Wiggles. Doing that. He's fucking hard. He's badass. That fucking guy. Way, way better than me. Way, way better. You know, I think about putting all these applications, teaching, substitute teaching, trying to looking at, I got college degrees, I got a rubber band around the ones that come in the folder. I could show you. I could pull them out here. And then my last one, my postmaster is framed. It's in a big glass. I can't. That's doctor like 4 classes away. It just, who cares? Like, it sounds so prestigious, but where's the job? Where's the fucking opportunity? thousand a year, you know, like I mean, I would go. Hey, you know what? You know, there's. It's like my friend goes, "There's a recession is headed for a massive heart attack." What I mean by that is if the money flow, if the money flow stops, it's like blow. If it stops, that's what creates a heart attack. The money has got to flow. It's got to keep everything going. And what happens is when you lay off fucking workers and you cut store hours and you're not hiring and people are not buying, this creates a fucking, you know, you know, things flowing properly. If fucking markets that are not open 24 hours, not enough people working there, then the customers don't like it, then they go elsewhere, and then they raise the prices, then people aren't buying, and if they're not hiring, then there's no jobs, and it just all compounds and snowballs on each other to create a society that doesn't work. You know, it's like you go to the post office, and not, I mean, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? You know, you apply for fucking the post office goes for hiring clerks, and I fucking apply and they never fucking call me. What the fuck is going on? What the hell is going on? You know, fuck it, I'll tell you what's going on. The powers that are at the top want to basically ruin this planet. Is what they want. They just want to expedite the the extinction, the inevitable. What's going to happen. Like the dinosaurs became extinct, we're next. I'm telling you. So maybe I do know, and I don't want to tell you, but it's inevitable. It's fucking inevitable. I'm doing my time here, is all I'm doing, and I'm trying to enjoy it. It really bothers me that you know I go to Vegas. I mean, is it too much to ask to try to have fun in life and build a life? I mean, is it that much to ask? Here, I didn't overburden myself. I never got married. I don't have any kids. I don't have any pets. I don't have a car. You know, like I try to really, most people have. They can't do anything because they do these things. Or, you know, one guy, my friend Chris, he goes to me, he goes, "Are you ready to get married? Married to who? Married to who? Women don't want me. Get married. Are you fucking out of your mind?" You know, the one woman that a couple of years ago that really thought there was something possible there, you know, got all that fucking money or claim she does, she ain't got nothing. She ain't got fucking nothing. The best thing I did was let her go because she she is not gonna give, and a woman that doesn't give has no value to me. Doesn't give one way or the other. You know, like I want $100, I got no fucking choice. I mean, what am I gonna fucking do? It's only sit around jack off so much. You know, I like to be around a real woman. You know, like I'm an old man. You know, a real man. I gotta get off. You know, like it's every day. Like fucking, I can't believe it. Like today I was. I'm gonna finish off with this story, and then I gotta make some pasta. 4 cheese ravioli, the Buitoni or something. I don't think I'm gonna go to the gym again. Five, you know, do more fighting. It's one woman, yeah, she, right? You know, when I do that, that means it was something really good. You know, I'm really focused. I'm really focused. What fucking luck? What I said was, I really wish I could have got her on a date, but of course she's such a fucking hurry. At 1 second, you know, I could have ran after her, say, "Yeah, I help you get to where you need to go. Can I call you sometime? You're so captivating." They don't care. Like, this body, you know, it's really good. You know, it's what I like. And always what I like. It's always never. I'm not saying be easily accessible. It never is. Like it seems like they set up this wall that's unscalable. Like it's. I don't know. I just don't get it. This life, you can't get this. You don't want to have that. If people keep you from getting this, people don't want to offer you that. People treat you like this, and people don't treat you like that. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. There's too many fucking people out there, and no opportunities is the fucking problem. That's the problem. The problem is that there should have been a cap. Now, as far as people, it's very difficult to cap people because you can't do well, you can't have more than this. But this goes. It actually it can be done to where when you're young and you're in school that you're guaranteed. Like if you're willing to do it, like you're guaranteed a life. Not to have it, then you kind of like chose to be homeless kind of thing. That's the way life should be. Autism and connections only, like friends, family. If you're born into it, this is the whole on. They offered him a 15-year, $420 million contract that he denied. We're talking. This is absolutely asinine. Baseball players should not be making this kind of money. Ticket prices should not cost that kind of money. It shouldn't be allowed. The government should step in and go, "This is ridiculous." People want to go see. If you want to have a baseball team in your city, you have to make it affordable for people to go sit in seats. You can't pay these guys salary that much. It's the people that allowed this to get out of hand. The people have allowed this nonsense to happen. At the Dodger Stadium for the All-Star game, I don't know, but the whole thing, it's like I just don't get any of this. I think it's all bullshit. I think the players are bullshit. I think they fucking suck. They're overrated. They're not as talented as yesteryear. They're not played with no heart and desire. These tickets, these owners, it's all crap. You go ahead, they hire me as an assistant coach with everything that I know. So fuck all of them. Fuck all of them. I don't care. That's the thing is, that's why I chose to do fucking. And he really takes advantage of my friend. And I told him, I said, dude, you're not a co-owner. You're a little being treated like a piece of shit. This guy's just using you for nothing and giving you nothing. And he just doesn't understand that. He doesn't know. He's a yes man, like my friend. He can't say no. He doesn't understand that you are. You're not a co-owner. You don't know, like what happened to my friend Pete. Like he worked his ass off for this guy Sean, and this dick fuck, this owner of Earth Cafe that I grew up with, this piece of shit, Jew fucking bastard, give my friend Pete a percentage of the company when it first started. I hope he goes to hell, man. I really do. A guy starts a business, and my friend is like right there with him from the beginning. And I'm telling you, even 5%, my friend would be a millionaire right now. 5% of Earth Cafe, fucking millionaire. And you fucking let him go. That fucking ass. I hope God punishes that fucker. I really, really do. I really, really do. I couldn't do that to somebody. I could not do that to somebody I grew up with and I trust implicitly. I don't understand these fucking people. I don't want to know and I don't care. It's all propagated on greed. What it is. Fucking guy, like I just hope he goes to hell. I hope he does. I hope he does. Causers. There's a nice warm space, and I mean really, really, really fucking not give back to somebody that's written a beautiful script. You're super successful, somebody listened to you, somebody gave you a fucking chance, and you will not be back. I can't even begin to tell you. I can't. It bothers me so much. And it's like, well, it sounds like I'm asking for a handout, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. How could you not give somebody a fucking pitch meeting, just or connect them to somebody that could advance thing that life has given you and offered you, and you offer back nothing to give back to somebody that is trying with all of his heart, to pitch his idea, him a fucking chance. How could you not? It just shows you what's out there. It really, really shows you that, these people, they should die for Brent. They should burn in hell. I mean, they really should. I hope they do. It is amazing that they know. Because when I open up my mouth, like, I can piss people off. I am a master at that. Just don't expect that. And they don't know. Like, look, I got nothing to fucking lose, man. My time's scared to live or speak mine because, it's like, I'm not scared to step up to the plate if I do see one. The problem is they keep moving the home plate for me. I can't get into the fucking dugout, even to get a chance because, the security of the, that works on the field, they're keeping me away, and that's what it feels like. They're not letting me on television. They're not allowing me opportunities. I'm trying. How hard can you fucking try? And people will not entertain, your agenda. It's very agitating when you apply for all these jobs, and you're getting a doctorate degree. You're working on it. You're 4 classes out, and I got a master's. I got all this fucking shit, and nobody's reaching out saying, dude, when can you get here? There's a fucking problem in this society. You got too many fucking people with degrees. You're not giving out tenure. You're not helping anybody move ahead in this fucking life out there. Like, there's not enough money out there. How could there not be enough money when they're printing more every day? Where's it all going? You know where it's all going? It's going in the hands of the elite few. And those people, they need to go to hell, those people, because, they're not helping anybody else. I don't understand how people are, or most people that are working for it really isn't. I go to Denny's, I go to this fucking place, and I sat there. I can't tell you how long until this young fucking guy took my order. He looked like he was fucking mopping the floor. I go, why is it? They don't care about you. They don't care. It really, and I feel it. When you can feel something that is not right. You can feel like, it's like the woman that I paid $100 to. Like, she could do this for me. If she chooses not to, she chooses not to. Not to let you, make you feel like a real guy. I don't get it. And my point is that the people, that, the people do that. They choose. Anyway, I'm just trying to make a point about that. Most people are just irrelevant. They don't matter. So it's not that I hate them. I don't like them. I'm neutral toward most because they don't matter. They occupy space, and they just get in the way. I don't need them. I don't care. Like they're like nothing. So what really bothers me are the people that could really advance you. That's the people that really bother me because they choose not to. You know, they choose not to reach out and say, hey, you know, like I've been so fortunate. Somebody gave me a chance. You know, like why don't I hiring? What you know, I could use a partner. Like, what is this? Like, what the fuck is going on in this world about this greed? This fucking greed, lack of opportunity, scarcity. There's not enough jobs. You know, a guy wants to be a teacher, and I'm going like this. I go where? I've submitted dozens of applications. Dozens can reach out to somebody. What happens? You build somebody up and the movie, remember at the end, how could you do this? You build up this little boy's dreams and then you crash it to pieces. Remember he told him, the Grandpa Joe in the office, remember he told him what he told Willy Wonka about that? How could you fucking do this? You know, like, and that's basically what's going on this planet. You know, like jobs are, and how do you do this? You know, you say you're hiring and you fucking, I got five everything. How the fuck could you not give me a chance? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, I don't say that. You know, I don't interview, so you know, but this is what I'm feeling. You know, it's all predicated on greed, and you know what? These fuckers, they are going to. I mean, if I was successful and came to me and I could help them, why wouldn't I? What the fuck would do? Why not? If I had, if I'm even, I'm not successful. I don't have enough. If I had, I could give back. I give back with my intelligence, my knowledge, my guidance, with how I did it. I'd be willing to help somebody, tell them that I'm not, there's no secret. You're going to die eventually. You're going to take it with you. You know, what the fuck is wrong with these people that live behind these high bushes? What are they fucking hiding? Our women made it. They married somebody that's rich. They divorced and got the fucking house. And that's how they got it. They did what they got. What they did was legal robbery. Is what they did. And the guys are fucking fools that have money that fell for this. I might pay $100. I might pay $300 for some, you know, busty Latino woman. But let me tell you something. I'm not going to give women millions and millions of dollars. I'm not a fucking fool. I don't care how well she fucks. I've gotten good hand jobs for like $100 for $300, and you know, but I'm not giving women millions. They're out of their fucking mind. I don't know how the fuck these guys got coerced and suckered into giving these women everything. I don't know how the fuck they did it. They're fucking fools, you know. But I guess if you've got $10 million or more or whatever, I guess the house, if it's worth 2.5, oh okay, well, you know, she gets the house, but I still owe more 7 million. You know, if you're that rich, I don't know where these women are finding these guys that are that fucking rich, and how they're so stupid and gullible to give women that to be taken for a fucking ride. I don't know how, you know. I don't fucking care because it doesn't matter. They're not giving me anything. Women aren't giving me anything. Yeah. Pussy that stinks. Let you put your dick in there. You fucking cares, really. I'm telling you, it's all backwards. All fucking backwards, if you ask me. I just rather pay. I just rather pay, but not as much as these clowns. What they're giving these fucking women, they're out of their fucking minds. Out of their fucking minds.